Hello, so I've chosen Y for youthful or youth. Um, Thinking back to my childhood, it's not something I like to do. Um, like usually my mum will say, "Oh, can you remember this when you were younger? Can you remember when this happened? Remember when we did this?" And that 9 times out of 10, I'll just say, like, I can't remember, um, because when I think back to my childhood, it always seems to link to the negative, you know, raw emotions of the abuse. Um, Even thinking back to sort of school time, uh, I mean, I'd blocked out the abuse, but always knew that something wasn't right. I knew I was different. I could never put my finger on it. I thought I was just a bit strange. So thinking back, it's school, sort of middle school. I was very emotional. I used to cry all the time for the slightest bit thing. Um, I used to take everything personally, and obviously kids say random stuff, and you know, I used to take everything to heart. And I remember one time in middle school, actually, there was a teacher pulled us to the side when I was crying, and he said, like, what's going on? Like, he said, this is the first time I'd heard like a man say this. He was saying like it's okay to cry and everything. It's all right to have emotions and like to let it out. It just means you're strong for like showing those emotions, and that was like amazing to hear from a man. Um, and that was a, my chance to, say this is happening, but I couldn't understand it. I didn't really understand what had been going on. Um, so I just said I put it down to my grandma dying a few months earlier. That's just what sprung to mind, so I said it, and that was that. But thinking back now, that was my chance to sort of tell someone. But like I say, it messes with your head. I didn't understand properly. So going into high school, I used to drift. I used to go to hang about with a group of people at dinner time. And when I felt that I was getting too close, I'd move off to another group of people. I'd sort of drift around. I'd never let anyone too close. And when people sort of started to get close to me, I'd be thinking in my head, what are they after? What do they want? Why would they want to be like friends with me? Like they must be after something. So yeah, I never really felt close to anyone. I wouldn't let myself get close to anyone. It's quite lonely not being able to. Obviously, I had all this stuff going on in my head, but could never really tell anyone about it. Never spoke about it. I thought I was strange enough without singling myself out as having all these weird thoughts and emotions. Um, so yeah, I don't really like to think about my youth. Very hard, confusing, lonely time. Um, yeah, not let anyone close. Sort of trying to protect myself really, because obviously the person I felt closest to made me feel like I was the closest person to him, because he was grooming us basically, and that was a family member. So in my head, if a family member could do that to us, what's a stranger gonna do to us? Someone that I don't trust, and I trusted him. So yeah, Y for youth wasn't great. Um, that's all I got to say really.